Good midday to you, one and all. Grateful again on an extremely cold day, but there are colder days yet to come. And so we are just thankful to God for the privilege to be able to come on and to share with you and to be with you on this great midday. Our prayer is that God blessed you with a tremendous weekend, Christine. And how are you? Good midday to you. Praying that His choice and most bountiful, powerful blessings have rested upon not just your life, but your family as well. And so we are thankful for, again, another privilege that God has afforded us to be able to come and to share with you. Good midday, Sharon. How are you? Thank you so much for being here with us on this day. For as the word of the Lord says, this is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. Hey, Jasmine. Hey, how you doing, girl? Hope all is well with you. Charlotte, how are you in the Glass City? Praying that all is well. Praying that it's just as cold there as it is here. You know, I had to say that. I couldn't help myself. Okay. Cecile, how are you? It's raining, but I'm sure it's a little chilly in Texas. Okay. Darnell, bless the Lord. Thank you for being here with us. Hit that share, 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 share. Hit that share button. Let some other folk know that we are on right now, and we are looking so forward to sharing with you. Fancy, hey daughter, how are you? Okay. Yeah, we're doing good. We're staying warm, believe me. Okay. Good. I'm glad it's cold there. Okay. All right. Gotcha. So, again, grateful to God for those of you that are on. Glad that it's chilly, chilly in the Glass City. Ethel, okay. You doing all right, Fancy? Pray that all is well. Been praying for you and with you. Carolyn Johnson, bless you. Okay, 32 degrees. It's cold everywhere. So we are thankful to God for again someplace warm to be, because it could be a whole lot worse. And this cold weather is going to, from what I understand, it's going to stay there for a little while. Valerie, good midday to you. Bless the Lord. We thank you for being here with us on today. Please share, 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 share. I see a bunch of y'all coming on here. Chaplain Hearns, bless you. Okay. And we are back. Just got jet lag. That's a part of traveling to the West Coast, being out there for a little while, and then coming back. My good friend and brother, Turner. Hi, hey, talk to me. How is everything with you and your in the ministry and all of the good stuff that God is doing in your life? And we're grateful to God for you being here with us. Lisa, Christine, thank you so much. Please share, 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 share. Yeah, University of Virginia had a mass shooting, and then, from what I understand, they discovered four bodies at the University of Iowa. So there's some madness going on, and it's just Gina, it's crazy. Denise of the Freisen, how are you? Trina, good midday to you. Please share, please share, please share, please share, please share. And so we're just asking that you would do that, and we'll be set and ready to go from there. Going to get started in a minute, and again, just grateful. Minister Sarah, please forgive me. I forgot to tell everybody about the tremendous, overwhelmingly fantastic message that you shared on last Sunday. It just kind of slipped my mind. Elder James Mansell, how are you, sir? Yeah, I got me a song. It's called "Please Share." No, don't do that. Don't do that, Charlotte. Don't do that. Oh my God, I couldn't help it. It's just some stuff just when you got jet lag and you're tired and all already you've been there's no telling what might come out before this one is over with. Okay. Oh Lord, Danielle, Darnell. Um, I don't know what's going on. Folk done went crazy, and it used to be a time. I know I'm going to get in trouble for saying this when it wasn't us, but we're copycatting now. But and you know what, Minister Faith, bless you. Good midday to you, Cora. Good midday. You didn't have to answer me when I messaged you. That's okay. I'm gonna remember that because you're gonna need me to pray for you one day. You know I had to say that. You know I had to say that. Share, share, hit the share, hit the share, hit the share, hit the share. But I'm gonna tell you what this actually is. And some people may not necessarily agree with me on this. Good midday, Gladys. It's mental illness, and because of the pandemic, because of the inability to process isolation. And Elder Pam Mansell, how are you? And so the thing that people don't understand, yes, I am. I am talking to you. I messaged you, and you ignored me, and that's okay. Hey, Ella May, sweetheart, how are you? And so when you examine the behavior that takes place, oh, Gina, stop. Okay. Hey, Jaleesa, good midday to you. So when you examine the inability to process things when people come out of prison because they've been in an isolated situation, you kind of see the same behavioral traits that are taking place because of COVID. It will be 10 to 20 years down the road. Erica, good midday before Lisa, bless you. Hit the share, hit the share, hit the share button, hit the share button. And so it'll be years down the road before we will fully comprehend the mental anxieties and stresses and imbalances that will come forth because of COVID. And until we are able to process these things appropriately, and until we are able to even identify the signs of this level of illness, we're going to continue to see people murdered. We're going to continue to see people needlessly slain. I just did it a half hour ago. So, nope, 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 nope. Cora, not good enough, not good enough, not good enough, not good enough. I had to do that. I couldn't help myself. Elder Boundary, bless you, dear. Thank you for being with us. And so, when we look at all of those things and all of the stuff that's happening, a lot of it, we always want to attach gang violence to shootings or white nationalism to shootings. And what we have to realize is in many of these instances, these folk are unstable. They're just flat out unstable. And because of that, they don't have access to the resources that are necessary in order for them to cope with what's going on. And the issue is, especially for those of us who are African American, we don't go talk to nobody. Raymond Vernice, bless you. Thank you for being with us on this day. And so, with all of that being said, let me press on because, again, I shared this even from the pulpit on Sunday that pastors are struggling with mental stability because of all of the things that are going on. And yes, we're killing ourselves and we're walking away from our pulpits. We're walking away from our churches because the stresses of trying to deal with church folk. Don't get me. Hey, Ida, how are you, dear? Good midday, because church folk are something else. And so uh, you're trying to be led of the Lord, but then you've got all of these other things that have been going on. And so we need to not just pray, but we need to make sure that we need to make sure that we as a people educate ourselves upon the signs. Okay, because it's overwhelmingly important. It's extremely important. Okay, Lavonda, how are you? Barbara Foose, how you be? How you be? And so I wanted to get this out there for just a second because it's a disturbing thing that now our young people can't even matriculate themselves into facilities of higher learning without having some level of paranoia that takes place by someone who isn't psychologically stable. And so we want to make sure, okay, that we are able to recognize what's going on and recognize that the pressures of life are beginning to take their toll, not just on older people, but young people as well. Let me talk about something because I think this is important. I have a question for you. You know what I'm finding myself doing even more is to present a question. And what I've learned about questions is um, they create thoughts. They create effort to actually examine what some things are, how some things are said, some circumstances and situations that are going on. And my question to you today is the fight worth it? Is the battle worth it? Is victory worth it? And the reason that I ask that question is, have we gotten tired of the fight? Have we given up on the fight? Have the pressures of the enemy and our inability to be appropriately prepared or appropriately weaponized through the protective armor of God? Have we just quit? Is talking about victory something that talking about it because the one thing, because you got to remember something about the armor of God, it is designed for a fight. Now, here's the funny thing about the armor: it is not designed for retreat. Okay, y'all. It has no protective capabilities when you're running. Oh. It is this battle worth it? Is the fight worth it to go through what you got to go through, to deal with what you got to deal with? Um, because in order for you to have victory, in order for you to be an overcomer, in order for you to show forth the praise of him who has called you out of darkness into his marvelous light, are you tired of fighting? Gaither, bless the Lord for you being. Please share, please share. Because if it is, hey Lynn, how are you? Rhonda, if it really is worth it, why aren't we arming ourselves? Why aren't we putting on the breastplate of righteousness? Because I need protection. I need my heart protected. I need everything about me protected because what I am dealing with, and I said this before and I need to say it again, is that I like that, Elder Boundary. It's not designed to quit. That is a powerful statement. Thea, bless the Lord. How's your daughter doing? Praying that she's doing well. Okay. Because God, I know y'all not ready for this, but I'm going to say it again. God would have never given you equipment preparing you for failure. Whew, Lord have mercy. God would have never given you equipment preparing you for failure. Anything that God provides for you is so you win, or you stand firm, understanding that the battle has already been won. But because you're dealing with a deceptor, a deceiver, a liar, you've got to be able to know how to stand. And so, with the breastplate, you got to remember the righteousness that we have has been imputed to us, it has been accredited to our account. Why? Because our account is depleted, our account is insufficient. But when God imputes or translates his righteousness into us, what he does is he causes the enemy not to see our righteousness, but to see the righteousness of God, whereby we are qualified to have because of the person that gave it. Lord, 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 have mercy. I need us to get this. I need us to understand this, because when it talks about the breastplate of righteousness, it is designed for you to be able to take a blow and stand. Woo! Righteousness is not something you practice. Righteousness is something you are. Because if you only put it on Sunday morning, that means you're getting whooped the rest of the week. And so here's what you have to understand. This is important. This is important for you to get. I pray that you're getting this and you're understanding this clearly. God gave it to us, but in the midst of giving it to us, he also has disciplinary requirements in order for you to use it properly. I've used this illustration before, and I'll say it again. Whenever you enlist in the military, whether it's whichever branch of the military it is, or even if it's the reserves, whatever the case may be, you still must go through what is called basic training. Now that's the reason why they call it basic training, because it doesn't train you about everything. It just gives you the basic fundamentals of reprogramming your thought process. Okay. Because when you're not in the military, the only person you think about is you. The only person you're concerned about is you. You do what you want to when you want to. You do and say and be and whatever. But when you go into the military, you need to remember that the military is designed to take the I out of you and put we in, to teach you how to work as a cohesive unit together so that victory takes place through that unit. I know y'all didn't catch what I just said. Individualistic thinking is no longer practical in the military. It teaches you how to work as a unit. Okay. And so, what does God have to do? He has to take you through basic training. He has to get you to understand it's not about you. He has to get you to understand you are never to receive glory or praise. He teaches you that whatever you've done and whatever victories that you have experienced have not completely come through your ability to handle the arsenal properly. It's the fact that God has already fought the battle, and all you're doing is standing on the battlefield. Okay, let me press on. Let me press on, because I gotta get us. I got you. You understand what I'm saying, Valerie? It does. For those that are in the military, who have come out of the military, they understand this better than anybody else. And I think probably if more people were able to go through military training of some kind, okay, initial entry training, if you were able to go through some level of training, you will understand more clearly how to fight the good fight of faith. But when you're still, Elder Treese, good afternoon to you. If you're still individually minded, and everything is about you, you won't be. But I'm gonna tell you something. They have a way. They have a way of removing that from your psychological presupposition and changing you. Okay, and so many of the things that we go through and we've experienced is because God is changing us. So you understand, Ida, God will permit you to go through pure and divine for you to recognize whose team you're actually on. And it ain't Team Harrison, it ain't Team Johnson, it ain't Team Foots, it ain't Team White, it ain't Team Treese. It's not. It's Team Jesus. Oh Lord, have mercy. Oh my God. Oh my. And so this is what you have to grasp. This is what you have to understand. So while you're worried and wondering, why is God allowing these things to come into my life? Why am I going through all of this level of frustration and craziness that's happening? It's because you are now in training. So that you need to understand, good midday, Carletta, you need to understand that the armament that God has given to you needs to be appropriately understood so that when it is worn, you know what it's designed to do. And you also know, y'all better catch this, what it's designed not to do. So in the midst of that is the breastplate of righteousness. It's not our righteousness. It's not even our armor. It's God's, which means he has done all of this so that we win. But then he also talks about something else in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 15. And this is important, okay? Okay. You need to have your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. What am I talking about? If you understand military tactics, then the shoes that they wore had cleats in the bottom of them. And the reason that they had those cleats is so that when they are engaged in battle, they would not slip and fall as they went after the enemy. Lord, have mercy. Help me to teach this, because you need to have reliable footwear if you plan on winning. The footwear is not designed for you to run from the enemy. The footwear is designed for you to run to the enemy. The one thing that will scare the devil to death is when he recognizes that he can't make you run anymore. Whoo, Lord, the cleats in the bottom of the footwear of the soldiers was designed so that they could stand. And when they planted their feet in the ground, the cleats would go into the ground, which would cause them to have a stable foundation. Because without Jaleesa, the stable foundation, they could lose their life. Now, I want you to understand, I need to ask a question. I got to ask a question, and then I got a couple more minutes, and I'm going to get out of here. What is it in your life? Don't put it in the chat. Don't put it in the chat. But I want you to think about this. When your foot slipped, what battle did you lose? Sometimes we got to, we got, there was an old song in my daddy's church. The lady used to sing, talking about if your foot slip, be careful how you walk on the cross, because if your foot slip, you might be lost. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you didn't have a firm foundation and you slip. What battle did you lose? I didn't say you lost the war. What battle did you lose? What are the scars? What are the scars from slipping and sliding all over the place? What are the things that you've lost? What level of peace and tranquility and whatever the case may be have you lost because you weren't able to stand appropriately? Because see, you can't tell people about the gospel of peace and you're not firmly planted in his peace. Whoo, God, Lord, help me. Okay, I got a couple more minutes, then I got to get out of here. So you need to understand, once you know who you are in Christ, you are in a position to enjoy the peace of God. Because the peace of God will anchor you and keep you from sliding even when the enemy tries to push back against you. And in the midst of that, once you are anchored and solid, then you can give them some good news. And that's overwhelmingly important for us to recognize and to understand. Every saint of God, and the reason that many saints can't give good news is because they still slipping and sliding. The reason that many people can't tell other people about how the power of the joy of the Lord is because they still slipping and sliding. The reason that many people are not able to progress and to do what God has called them to do is because they slipping and slide. The reason they're not able to stand firm is because they're not anchored, and because they're not anchored and they're frustrated and they're bent out of shape and they're mean, they're evil, or all of these other kind of things. And so when the opportunity comes for them to be able to share the good news of Jesus Christ, it's not good news. And the reason it's not good news is because the observant is noticing how miserable you are because you're not firm in what you say. I got to go. Listen, when we get together tomorrow, We'll go over a little bit more of this, see if this can't help you just a little bit more so that you can understand that you're in a battle and you're in to win it. I wish can I get you to put in the chat, we're in it to win it. Yeah, we're in it to win it. We're not in it to lose. We are in it to win it. We are in it to win it. If you don't believe that we win, you need to quit talking about I'm more than a conqueror. If you don't believe that we're in it to win, you need to quit talking about I can do all things. You need to stop all of that stuff. Hey John, how are you? But you gotta be in it to win it. We're in it to win it. And I don't know about anybody else, but I don't like being on a losing team. And I'm gonna leave losing teams alone because I could show go there about one team, but I'm not going to do it. We are in it, Stephanie, to win it. Winnie, we are in it to win it. Katrina, we are in it. Cora, we're in it. Denise of the Friesen, we are in it to win it. Listen, I gotta go. I gotta go. Y'all have a blessed day in the Lord. I got to get some out of here. Okay, see, Elder Pamela, I was not gonna say anything. I was not gonna say anything. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get out of here because I've been done said a whole lot of stuff that the Lord ain't pleased with when it come down to that team. Listen, stay warm, stay blessed, stay firm, stay solid, and stay anchored. May God bless you and may He keep you, is our prayer.